there's a very surprising explanation for why people avoid things. And once you hear it, you're going to see it in everyone around you. So the way that I think of this is essentially kind of like the Schrodinger's cat phenomenon of psychology, of avoidance. And the way that it goes, and if you don't know what Schrodinger's cat is, it's basically a thought experiment that says if you seal a cat in a box, and like obviously the cat will die, but the idea is that if you don't look into the box, you can always kind of imagine that the cat is alive, right? So if you avoid looking into the box, you can imagine the cat's alive. And basically this is how avoidance works in psychology. So many of us are avoiding things because if we confront it, we essentially lose hope. The thing is that the hope will be lost anyways, right? Like the cat's always going to die. But for some reason, something about our minds has this like kind of glitch where we think that we can sustain hope as long as we avoid getting that knowledge. So maybe, somebody's doing something that we suspect them of doing. Like, let's say, maybe you have a friend that like spoke really poorly about you and you're like pretty sure they did this, that they've been spreading rumors about you. But you're like, you know what? If I don't ask this friend anything and if I don't confirm this, I can always imagine that they're still like, my best friend and we are doing super well. And obviously the friend might have done these things and they're not a good friend, but you're avoiding it. And then therefore you're kind of keeping that hope alive that as long as you avoid it, then you can keep thinking that this is a good friend. And it's a psychological defense mechanism. It's just, once you think about it, like once you really think about it, it's a very silly one, right? But we all do it. I do it too. And now that you kind of have like a name for it, you're going to start looking out for it in other people and you're going to notice it in other people. And then you might even notice it in yourself. Like, what have you been avoiding? What have you put into the box? And what's the dead cat in your life? Comment below if you have any examples that you've seen of other people doing this. I think a lot of times, like, the lengths that we go to avoid these types of things are like so interesting. Like, it's amazing how the human mind works.